What up, fam? Lil Vibe here, Web3 Studios, and we getting into track 6 off of OKC Gaslit. This is Soliloquies, an OKC story. And the last episode, if you checked it out, we came off of track 5, Monster. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. Link in the bio, link in the description, or wherever this is at. And make sure to check out all the previous episodes and everything. We're diving into my newest album that's produced by Axel. Also includes additional production, audio engineering by RJC Productions, additional production by pt.8 as well. So check that out, fam. Stream it everywhere, and also available on upcoming Web3 blockchain-based platforms too. If you're into the digital collectibles, you want to shop and support us, we're on Bandcamp as well. So all that's there if any of this is interesting to you. So for those of you been rocking with us so far, thank you. Much love. You a trooper. And, I do this for y'all. So track 6, okay, just like we've been starting this, we're going to look at the tarot cards, the tarot trumps, some of my favorite decks and any associations thereof. And then, jump into Mr. Ziegler's book. And so once again, we're looking at the Marseille Tarot deck, Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, Wild Unknown Tarot deck by Kim Kranz, and Crowley, Frida Harris, Toth Tarot deck. All right. So for track 6, Gaslit, Major Arcana Trump number 6. All right. And they call like the numbers, they're called trumps. All right. So number 6 is the Lovers, right? So in the Marseille Tarot deck, we have this here. Mavru, I'm sure I pronounced that. Proper. Let me see if I can get a cleaner view of that. There you go. Wow. So beautiful imagery there. I really love the imagery of this one in this medieval deck. It's just colorful. I feel it's cute. You see Cupid there, a man in the middle, two, a wife. Well, it's to be a wife figure and then a mother figure. So he's having to make a decision. And it's like Cupid's making a decision for him, right? Or his guardian angel, rather. So as we move forward from antiquity to modernity to antiquity, we got the Lovers, and this is the version from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So you see it's two individuals in the Garden of Eden and an angel there, and you can surmise what's going on. And moving from there, we have the Lovers, the Crowley. This light spot is interesting. Lovers, Crowley Harris version. And so here you see, once again, a union. The interesting thing about the number 6, right? I'm in my 9 year. And the Crowley Harris version, the 9, the Hermit, is actually overseeing the wedding between these two lovers, the Emperor and the Empress. So the connection with my 9 year and the 6, 6 is like an upside down 9. I've also heard that the number 6 is like a door, right? So if you turn the knob on a door, it goes the other way. So there's a connection in the Crowley deck between 6 and 9, which is good to see because I've been seeing a ton of 6s this year, number sequences and stuff. So it's another sign for me. And then I've also been seeing a lot of geese this year and a lot just flying in pairs. Okay, so the Lovers, all right, got geese here from Kim Kranz Wild Unknown deck. I love that, 2 geese flying in a colorful array. So as we see here, symbology of unions coming together, right? Lovers making choices, a path, 2 roads diverging, a yellow woods. Robert Frost said that's the intuitive callings and things like this. This is like making the choice, the path, and nothing is ever the same from there. So let's see what Mr. Garrett Ziegler has to say about it in this book. Once again, Bow. Garrett Ziegler Tarot Mirror of the Soul Handbook for the Aleister Crowley Tarot. Let's get into it. So once again, I like this because there's and this is a bit longer one than the others, so it may jump around a bit more. I like this because it has keywords, a little description, and then we'll also get into indications, questions, suggestions, affirmations, things of that nature. So let's get into this. May skip around a bit more. This is a bit longer. But keywords. Gemini, which is my moon, Gemini moon. Love, attraction, approaching, connection, union of opposites through love, becoming conscious through relationship. The card shows the marriage of the Emperor and Empress. The ceremony is performed by the Hermit. Once again, Empress being my destiny and personality card. So one of the forms of the god Mercury. The Hermit is one of the forms of the god Mercury. All right. So also my astrological sun sign is Virgo, and moon sign is Gemini. So both ruled by Mercury. So very interesting. And he is completely hidden by his robes to symbolize the origin of all things lies beyond the reach of the manifest and the intellect. Yes, indeed. The lovers represent two opposites which yearn for and are attracted to one another. This duality, which is reflected in every aspect of existence, is existentially experienced in the relations between man and woman. Every attempt at approach, union, connection is an expression of the passionate urge to reestablish this lost oneness. Every individual, every man, every woman contains the duality of male and female. These express themselves in different, often contradictory personal characteristics. Okay, so this is something that's becoming understood better and better now as we see more LGBTQ rights and things coming into play. And it's actually one of the hermetic principles, that of gender and polarity. There's always balance. So these like male and female, they're mental principles that express themselves in physical forms. As we see, it's a mental principle, so you can change it. If you want to be a male, you can be a male now. If you want to be a female, you can be a female. If you want to be something in between, you can be that as well. So once again, entering into the era of the crown and conquering child, the eon of Horus, it's like children, they play female, they play male, they play cops and robbers. It's nothing. So you can see this energy being prevalent, okay, and coming out here. Psychologists have recognized for a long time that each partner in a relationship mirrors the mental and spiritual condition of the other. Usually your partner mirrors aspects that are undeveloped and animated in yourself. What you feel you are missing in yourself, you see in the other. And so it's an opportunity to have vitally important experiences on the way toward awareness. So this lesson can't be grasped theoretically through intellectual examination or by wallowing in sentiment. It demands direct existential experiencing. It requires letting yourself in for all dimensions of joy, ecstasy, mutual enrichment, as well as pain, struggle, and annihilation necessary for growth. A relationship that is vital and alive allows those involved to experience all dualities, all opposites. With love comes jealousy, with harmony comes disharmony, with unity comes separation. With the excitement of becoming acquainted comes a sobering sense of estrangement. Okay, so once again, opposite, union of opposites, we're playing with opposites here. And gaslit, there's two words in this title as well. So one of the few tracks that has two words in it. Okay, so if studying in this school of life can be said to have a goal, it is to become whole, total individuals. Only when you can find your oneness and inner harmony will you approach that goal of self-unfolding. The bliss we all vainly seek outside ourselves is only to be found and developed in ourselves. Every disturbance that stirs us, every discontentment which simply leads us on to greater discontentment, acts to derail us on our search. Yeah, I lost my train of thought. One moment. For real stillness and inner peace. That was good to have a pause in there. This is the reason spiritual masters repeatedly say that an intelligent person quickly comes to the understanding that no relationship can be really satisfying. Love leads us to a greater understanding, but we cannot just be that love. Back now to the symbols of the card. All symbols are presented in pairs in readiness to meet the opposite. The transformation occurs, the union of the wedding. This is represented by the wing, Orphic egg, and snake coiled around it. So once again, snake referencing Kundalini. We have references in track 3 and poolside 10 to that. Track 3 for that Kundalini creeping down my spine frame shit in old school. And then also in track 10, cut the head up off the snake and raise my staff on my caduceus. Oh, so we get, once again, more tie-ins there. The children holding their hands, the symbols of the different planes to be affected by the transformation. So once again, it's children, right? Child energy. Body club, intellect, spirit, emotions, cup, and spirit flowers. The lances which build a border in the background represent the conflict between limitation and freedom, connection and independence, components of every relationship. There are 3 other symbols from the zodiac to be seen: Leo, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. The lion represents the male principle in nature and indicates the creativity which may grow out of the union. The white eagle represents Scorpio. The scorpion is transformed state. It mirrors the feminine component, the surrender to one's own emotional depths. Cupid is Sagittarius, shows the need for direct, honest interchange. Well, I just went ahead and read all of it because it's interesting and I like it. So let's look through some of the perhaps, I like the affirmation on this one. And looking at it in terms of, once again, spirituality and wholeness and coming to meet the male and female in ourselves. It says, I'm now ready to meet the partner I've always longed to meet. And, once again, this, what it means for me, and Robert Frost. And I think of his poem, 2 roses, a virgin, a yellow wooden star, cannot travel both. This is the path of following your heart, going down that road, going down the path of, your choice, your lover's choice, which is what you choose to do with your hero's journey and your moment in that in whatever eon or pattern or era you're in. So this for me in Gaslit, right, is like me choosing to do the music, choosing to do the rap. And like I said, we're getting to a part of the album now where it's like, okay, C. So I feel like C is like the second part of the album. So Gaslit is like, yeah, I'm cooking with the flow, got the stove, got the gaslit, right? So let's get into it, and let's start to go into some of the deeper meanings here. So once again, it starts off very like almost like it's a new album, a little cinematic, you know. Oh shit, man! So what? Yeah. What is this? Got me lit. Shout out to Axel. Getting too old for this. Getting too old for this. You know, feel like I'm getting old to keep rapping and yeah, making a choice. Catch my flow, yeah. Cooking with the flow like the stove got the gaslit. Coming from the O, blowing O's on the gaslit. Never got it till I went and got it, then I grabbed it. The way I make these sonnets turn the sound waves sound like magic. Magic, stand my fingers got the gaslit. Just like Roy Mustang, keep the flame in my hand lit. With the full metal like it was a state alchemist. Nicholas like flammable at the stove with the So cooking with the flow like the stove got the gaslit. Coming from the O, blowing O's on the gaslit. Never got it till I went and got it, then I grabbed it. Way I make these sounds turn the sound waves sound like magic. Magic, stand my fingers got the gaslit. Just like Roy Mustang, keep the flame in my hand lit. With the full metal like it was a state alchemist. Nicholas like flammable at the stove with the gaslit. So here is like, I'm combining a lot of different things, a lot of different opposites. So cooking with the flow like the stove got the gaslit. You know, so once again, I'm cooking with the flow. I'm lighting the stove. I got the gas lit, right? So like also a reference to obviously in hip hop culture and prevalent in Black American culture is, you know, the drug trade and, you know, cooking with the flow like the stove, cooking on the stove. Also in that, like, so cooking with the flow like the stove got the gaslit. Coming from the O, blowing O's, no the gaslit. So coming from the O, OKC, blowing O's as well. All right. So coming from the O, blowing O's like infinity. We looked at that in the 8, you know, no the gaslit, and that's also the fool. Coming from the O, blowing O's, no the gaslit, right? Never got it till I went and got it, then I grabbed it. So in the fool, he's grabbing, you know, he's going to get his thing. So never went and got it till I got it, then I grabbed it. Way I make these sounds turn the sound waves sound like magic. So we spoke about that, like the magical associations in this album, and making sonnets turn to sound waves, just like, you know, it's almost like magic. It's a magical process. I can't remember. It's either a quote attributed to Crowley or Eliphas Levi or someone. I don't quite remember. But they're talking about how writing a book is like a magical process in and of itself, and we're like breaking down like magic into more like terms that's easier for everyone to understand, right? Because it's like they said, you know, I write a book and then I hire publishers, literary agents, all of these forces that really I don't control or have no idea of, and they somehow help me get this idea into like a physical form in the world, right? So everyday magic. Magic, stand my fingers got the gas lit, just like Roy Mustang, keep the flame in my hand lit, right? So Roy Mustang from another anime, Full Metal Alchemist. And in that anime, there's two brothers, and one of the brothers named the Full Metal Alchemist, and his other brother is there as well, and he's like a whole suit of armor. They tried to bring their mother back to life through alchemy, right? And they ended up losing. They committed one of the sins, the laws. You know, you can't do that sort of thing, and they ended up losing an arm. One lost his whole body, and so Roy Mustang, he was one of the protagonists in that show. He's with the Full Metal. He was like his mentor. So with just like Roy Mustang, keep the flame in my hand lit, right? And he was a flame alchemist. He would snap his fingers, and he could produce flames. And with the Full Metal, like it was a state alchemist, okay? So once again, cooking at the flow like the stove got the gaslit. With the Full Metal, like it was a state alchemist. And Full Metal alchemists, the government of that country, they employed these alchemists, these people who had these spiritual different powers and understandings of nature and nature's laws, and almost could like enact these powerful magical abilities. They became like soldiers and units in the military, and were used in conquest. And so it's also a reference to, once again, hip-hop, rap, and, you know, the drug trade, and obviously how drugs and crack were introduced to Black and brown communities in America, and you know, is well documented now by CIA and various other agencies, you know, and he ended up just causing a lot of damage, right? But it's like with the Full Metal, like it was a state alchemist cooking at the stove, because like we're cooking at the stove where government provided, you know, substances, right? So it's like we are almost like as a people, we're almost like ordained by these substances that we're introducing the community to take the base elements of life, the base rock, and make it something that provides this like euphoric feeling, right? It's just like the search for alchemy and the philosopher's stone, right? Full Metal Alchemist. So you can see how drug dealers that are sanctioned and are informants are almost like state alchemists, because they are providing a substance that modifies consciousness while being state sponsored, right? So it's like I'm tying it into that. I'm also tying it into myself and my story, like with the Full Metal myself, losing my mom, and with the Full Metal, like it was a state alchemist. And except I'm cooking at the, my stove is the music, the mic, so I'm cooking with the flow, the spiritual stuff, and giving power, speaking truth to power. So I want to tie all that together. I don't even know how many entendres it is, but that's just how I think and how my brain works. So let's get into it. Magic, and my fingers got the gas lit. Just like Roy Mustang, keep the flame in my hand lit. With the Full Metal like it was a state alchemist. Nicholas like Flammel at the stove with the gas lit. Oh yeah. Nicholas like Flammel at the stove with the gas lit. Nicholas Flamel, very renowned French manuscript scribe, philosopher, and alchemist. Okay, Nicholas Flamel, also chemist. He's done several things. But Nicholas like Flammel at the stove with the gas lit. I want to throw that in there. There's another entendre. So Nicholas like Flammel, also nickel. Like I don't even have nickels, like 5 cents. Like I'm Nicholas like Flammel at the stove with the gas lit. I'm cooking with this, working to, make it come up and get something from this. So I'm Nicholas like Flammel at the stove with the gaslit too. I'm an alchemist too, turning the base experiences of my life into pure gold in this art, the traumas and everything, making it something beautiful. So I'm feeling like, once again, alchemy, esoteric, just Nicholas like Flammel at the stove with the gaslit. So shout out to them. Yeah, let's go. Just like Roy Mustang, keep the flame in my hand lit. Yeah. With the Full Metal like it was a state alchemist. Nicholas like Flammel at the stove with the gaslit. Cooking with the flow like the stove got the gas lit. Coming from the hole, blowing holes, know the gas lit. Never got it till I went and got it, then I grabbed it. The way I make the sound is turn the sound, it sound like magic. Magic, and my fingers got the gas lit. Just like Roy Mustang, keep the flame in my hand lit. With the Full Metal like it was a state alchemist. Nicholas like Flammel at the stove with the gas lit. Yeah, so just like Roy Mustang, keep the flame in my hand lit. So I type lyrics on my phone, flame in my hand. Also, that firearm, keep the flame in my hand lit. Little entendre there. Nicholas like Flammel at the stove with the gas lit. Yeah, I wanted to throw that in there. Oh, also with the Full Metal like it was a state alchemist. Another reference once again to firearms, but also with the Full Metal, and also Nicholas. So I also want to say with the Full Metal, is mean through the alchemic process, we burned away the impurities, and I've got the Full Metal, right? And it's nickel-less, so we don't have that nickel, that base element nickel in there. So, just some more nerdy bars and shit. Nicholas and Flammel at the stove with the gas lit. Penny for my thoughts, turn the copper to some cabbage. Woo! So once again, more, like Nicholas like Flammel at the stove with the gas lit. Penny for my thoughts, turn the copper to some cabbage. Okay, so penny for my thoughts was getting metal, copper to cabbage, alchemy, changing things, union of opposites. Penny for my thoughts, turn the copper to some cabbage. I need some penny for my thoughts. Going through this baggage, lug around the luggage, got the look that's for the ratchet. Mr. Robot get to clanking like I'm Rami Malek. Moving through the metaphors like it was metastatic. Jumping back and forth like Flammel at the stove with the gas. Yeah. Turn the copper to some cabbage. Get to the bag while I'm going through this baggage. Lug around the luggage, got the lug nuts for the ratchet. So get into the bag while I'm going through this baggage. Lug around the luggage, got the lug nuts for the ratchet. I love playing with words like this. So get into the bag while I'm going through this internal baggage. Get into the money while I'm going through this baggage. I lug around the luggage, right? Yeah. Lug around the luggage, got the lug nuts for the ratchet, So lug nuts and the ratchet. Ratchet's like a slang term for, once again, firearm. Got the lug nuts, aka the bullet. So it's like all tying into this metallic firearm type concept. Spit fire, spitting flames, alchemy, just all tying into that. And cooking at the stove like flow, in the fire. Also, Nicholas I Flammel at the stove with the gaslit. These angel in this picture is kind of like flaming wings and shit too. Okay, so there's another one in there. And also, this is my 33 year. I'm turned 33, so that's 6. All right, so in the Kabbalah, we spoke to that earlier. If you follow that, the 6th sphere is Tiferet, or the Redeemer path, or Christ path. So this is all tied in here, okay? Very dense. And also coming from the O, blowing O's, know the gaslit. Okay, coming from the O, blowing O's is also like Wizard of Oz, like coming from O's, blowing O's, and like a yellow brick road. Okay, yeah, and then O, and then KC. You know, Wizard of Oz was in KC's. Okay, it's a lot of little stuff in there that is kind of hard to pick up. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Mr. Robot get to clanking like I'm Rami Malek. Moving through the metaphors like it was metastatic. Hold on. The copper to some cabbage. Get into the bag while I'm going through this baggage. Lug around the luggage, got the lug nuts for the ratchet. Mr. Robot get to clanking like I'm Rami Malek. Alright, lug around the lug, got the lug nuts for the ratchet. Alright, so Ratchet, Mr. Robot get to clanking like I'm Rami Malek. So Ratchet and Clank, PlayStation 2 game, I believe, and they've carried it forward into the modern era. Was this little animal creature and a robot, and there's all kind of guns and shit. So Mr. Robot get to clanking like I'm Rami Malek. All right. So also Rami Malek, that was Mr. Robot, was a TV show, and he was like this mental. He had like, I think it was schizophrenia or something else. And so I get to clanking, right? He would like change personalities and personas and things, and he was like a hacker and all kind of stuff. So references all in there, right? Video games, pop culture shit. Want to tie it in? That's what I like to do. Moving through the metaphors like it was metastatic. Yeah. Jumping back and forth up on the track like Roger Rabbit. Yeah. Jumping back and forth up on the track like out of habit. Micro on my dosage, else I might turn to a savage. Yeah, so moving through the metaphors like it was metastatic. Jumping back and forth on the track like Roger Rabbit. Jumping back and forth on the track like out of habit. So once again, just, you know, moving through the metaphors. It's metastatic. I'm jumping back and forth like Roger Rabbit. Like out of habit. You know, just pop culture shit from my youth. Let's go. Scoliosis carrying all of this sadness. Habit. Micro on my dosage, else I might turn to a savage. Yeah, scoliosis carrying all of this sadness. Yeah. Micro on my dosages, I might turn to a savage. It's kind of like, you know, micro dosing. There's a popular thing with like psychoactive substances. You microdose them so you get a little bit of the effect without it being too overwhelming. There's also the stoned ape theory that, you know, apes found psilocybin mushrooms, and that's how they evolved essentially into us as humans. So there, that stuff in micro on my dosages, I might turn to the savage. Getting scoliosis, carrying all of this sadness. Okay, we'll jump ahead a little bit to see the once again. So we know that we have the Hermit and the Lover's card performing the wedding. Okay, bow in the background there. So again, scoliosis, carrying all the sadness. It's my Hermit year. So, and the Hermit card look like a guy that's kind of hunched over, right? Not as pronounced here in the Marseille deck, but let's look at the Rider Waite. You can kind of see a little bit more hunched over, right? So that's that reference to that, you know, the 6 and the 9 in there. And shit, we could even look at the Crowley one. Crowley Harris, bow, you know, so hunched over. And yeah, man. So that's what that reference is to in there. Let's keep it rolling. Go ahead and blow another bag then. Had to let them know I ain't no meme, I am a hashtag. Hey. All of these bands from these flashbacks. Got me seeing double vision going forward and back. I just had to rewind. Yeah, so spitting all gosh. Let's rewind. I'll get lost in flows. Spitting from my soul, all of these bands from these flashbacks. Got me seeing double vision going forward and back. Spitting from my soul, all these bands from these flashbacks. Got me seeing double vision going forward and back. Yeah, man, that's just like everything. Spitting all these rents from my flashbacks. Got me seeing double vision going forward and back. Double vision, the Lovers, right? I'm going forward and back. You know, once again, 2 rows of verse. So it's like I'm going through my life, look at these visions. I'm seeing where I'm going forward. I'm going back to pull stories. So it's just like, once again, union of opposites. I just had to rewind so you really can unpack that. While I'm rewinding all this tape and getting past that. I say, might just have to rewind while you really might just have to rewind so you really can unpack that. While I'm rewinding all this tape and getting past that. So once again, I think you can play the album forward and backwards and get an idea there. And once again, I'm working on my flaws and yeah. Watching footage, working on my flaws and getting better, man. I just want the flawless with the carrots and the bezel, man. Wanna be a baller like LaTroy and push that Chevy, man. Down the highway in my city like I was the president. Yeah, so watching footage, working on my flaws and getting better, man. I just want the flawless with the carrots and the bezel, man. Wanna be a baller like LaTroy and push that Chevy, man. Down the highway in my city like I was the president, blowing loud. Yeah, so combining a lot of different things. Watching footage, working on my flaws and getting better, man. I just want the flawless. So, flawless is like the diamonds or whatever with the carrots and the bezel, man. Once again, carrots, going back to Roger Rabbit as well. Want to be a baller like LaTroy and push that Chevy, man. Classic. Want to be a baller, yeah. Shot caller, Want to be a baller like LaTroy and push that Chevy, man. Down the highway in my city like I was the president. Okay?
Rolling loud, rolling in the beast, I am the fucking beauty. All this truth I'm playing in my music, pray they never shoot me. I'm just telling stories from my life like.
So blowing loud, rolling in the beast, I am the fucking beauty. So I want to be a baller, push that Chevy, right? The president's car, Chevy is known as the beast, okay? It's known as the beast. So rolling loud, rolling in the beast, I am the fucking beauty. Beauty and the beast, Disney. Yeah.
Hold up. Rolling in the beast, I am the fucking beauty. All this truth I'm playing in my music, pray they never shoot me. I'm just telling stories from my life like it was Fela Kuti. Jesse Owens on the track, praying that they never shoot me.
Alright, so rolling on the fucking beauty, all this truth I'm putting in my music, pray they never shoot me. The beast supposed to be bulletproof, tank proof, all that shit. And so rolling loud, rolling in the beast, blowing loud, blowing the tree, rolling in the beast, blowing loud my music, once again, reference to Menace, rolling through the residential, knocking those down. So blowing loud, rolling through the beast, I am the fucking beauty, all the truth I'm putting in my music, pray they never shoot me. So all the truth I'm putting in there, once again, there's a tendency to people speak truth, you've seen it happen, plenty of assassination things. So, this is me reflecting, like, praying that they never shoot me, they never take me out for speaking my truth. And, yeah, I'm just telling stories from my life like I was Fela Kuti. So Fela Kuti, very renowned musician, activist, freedom fighter, I'm telling stories from my life like him, and rest in power. And, yeah. I'm just telling stories from my life like it was Fela Kuti. Jesse Owens on the track, praying that they never shoot me. So Jesse Owens, the renowned, Black American track star. I'm on the track, it's so fast. And of course they shoot the gun when you go on the track, who's to say they might not just turned it and shot it at him in Germany or something. So, because he went over to, I believe, Germany, he won the race over there and in front of all the Nazis and things. So at least I believe that was him. Or one of him. Charged to my head, not my heart. Somebody did that. I think it was him. And so this is me. It's like I'm on the track. I'm just telling stories from my life and having fun. And this is truth. This is stuff I rap about. And just praying that they never shoot me, So for telling my truth.
With the flow like the stove got the gas lit. Coming from the old, blowing O's on the gas lit. I never got it till I went and got it, then I grabbed it. Way I make these sounds turn to sound waves sound like magic. Magic, and my fingers got the gas lit. Just like Roy Mustang, keep the flame in my hand lit. With the full metal like it was a stay out miss. Nicholas like flammel at the stove with the gas lit.
Yeah. Then just rides out, So that's Gaslit, man. One of my favorite tracks off of OKC. Yeah. There's just so much in there for me in my life and shit, man. But that was track 6. Appreciate y'all rocking with us on this one. That was Gaslit. This is Soliloquies and OKC Story. Check out the previous episodes. Also check us out. It's on Spotify podcast as well. And, YouTube for the video side. And link in bio, link in description for wherever this is at. And on the next one, we're going to be getting at track 7. So, all right, we getting close to the end of the album. So, once again, Low Vibe, Web3 Studios, OKC, salute.